Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. We live in a world obsessed with scale. Bigger is better, faster is more efficient. But what if one of the most fundamental human activities, farming, turns that logic on its head? Today, we're digging into a fascinating and persistent global anomaly, the productivity paradox. It's a counterintuitive reality, backed by decades of research from around the world, which shows that smaller farms are often significantly more productive per acre than their giant industrialized counterparts. This isn't just an academic curiosity. It's a critical question for the future of our food system. So how is it possible that a small family plot can outperform a corporate megafarm? Let's find out. At the heart of this paradox is how we define productivity. When we picture industrial agriculture, we think of vast, uniform fields of corn or soy stretching to the horizon. The success metric here is yield, the sheer volume of a single crop per acre. And in that specific race, large mechanized farms, with their GPS-guided tractors and chemical inputs, often seem to win. But this is a one-dimensional view of a multi-dimensional reality. True agricultural productivity is about the total output of a farm, not just one commodity. Small farms rarely operate as a monoculture. Instead, they are complex, integrated systems. A farmer might plant beans between rows of corn, with squash growing underneath. This practice, called intercropping, creates an intricate tapestry of cultivation, using every available ecological niche. When you redefine productivity to measure the total agricultural output per unit of land, whether in kilograms, calories, or market value, the picture flips dramatically. Studies have consistently shown that smaller farms can be anywhere from 200 to 1,000% more productive per unit area. This isn't a fluke. It's the result of a fundamentally different, more intensive approach to farming. So what are the pillars supporting this incredible productivity? The first, and perhaps most important, is the human factor. Most small farms are family-run, and family labor is profoundly different from hired labor. Family members have a vested, personal interest in the farm's success. Their future depends on it. This translates into a higher quality of work, more meticulous attention to detail, and a willingness to put in long, hard hours during critical moments, like planting and harvesting. A large industrial farm relies on hired workers who may not share that same level of commitment. The cost to supervise a large workforce to ensure the same level of care that a family provides for free is often prohibitive. Economists call this a monitoring cost. Because the effective wage for family labor is lower, small farms can apply more labor per hectare, leading to more careful weeding, more precise watering, and the ability to manage complex multi-crop systems that are impossible for giant machines. The second pillar is biodiversity. If you walk onto a traditional small farm, you'll see a mosaic of crops, maybe some livestock, and even uncultivated areas. This isn't messiness. It's a highly effective strategy. Large industrial farms favor monocultures for machine efficiency, but this uniformity creates massive vulnerabilities. A single pest or disease can wipe out an entire crop. Small farms with their diversified systems are inherently more resilient. The variety of plants creates microclimates that support beneficial insects and birds, which act as natural pest control. This reduces the need for expensive and environmentally damaging chemical pesticides. Furthermore, integrating crops and livestock creates a beautiful closed-loop system. Animals eat crop residues, and their manure fertilizes the soil, recycling nutrients and making the whole system more efficient. This agrobiodiversity isn't just about producing a wider variety of food. It's a sophisticated risk management strategy that ensures more stable yields year after year. The third pillar is a deep connection to the soil. For a small-scale farmer, land isn't just a factor of production. It's a legacy, an inheritance to be passed down. This long-term perspective fosters a profound commitment to maintaining soil fertility. Practices that degrade the soil for a quick profit are self-defeating. Instead, smallholders are far more likely to use sustainable methods like crop rotation, intercropping, and organic fertilizers like compost and manure. These techniques don't just replenish nutrients, they improve soil structure, its ability to hold water, and its overall health. Healthy soil is the bedrock of any productive farm. In contrast, the industrial model's reliance on intensive tillage and synthetic fertilizers can lead to soil erosion, compaction, and a long-term decline in fertility. The industrial paradox of plenty is often a short-term gain at the expense of the very ground beneath our feet. Now, this doesn't mean the issue is simple, or that small farms are a silver bullet. The picture is nuanced. A critical distinction is between land productivity and labor productivity. While small farms excel at producing more per acre, large farms are undeniably more productive per worker. One person in a giant combine harvester can do the work of dozens of people in a fraction of the time. This high labor productivity is why we see farm consolidation in developed countries where labor is expensive. Some economists also argue for using total factor productivity, which accounts for all inputs: land, labor, and capital. When you look at it this way, the advantage of small farms can shrink or even disappear, especially as larger farms adopt more advanced technology. There's also evidence that in some parts of the world, like India, the productivity advantage of small farms is fading due to rising costs and market pressures that disproportionately affect them. And some argue the whole paradox is just an illusion caused by small farms historically occupying better quality land. While studies have debated this, the productivity effect often persists, even when soil quality is accounted for. But the true value of small farms extends far beyond their yields. They are the cornerstones of rural economies. Unlike large corporations that might send profits to distant shareholders, smallholders spend and reinvest their earnings locally. They buy from local suppliers and sell at local markets, creating a multiplier effect that supports entire communities. They are also a massive source of employment, providing livelihoods for millions. In many ways, the social fabric of rural life is woven around small-scale agriculture. Environmentally, they offer a powerful alternative to the industrial model, which contributes to soil degradation, water pollution, and climate change. By using fewer chemical inputs and fossil fuels, their carbon footprint is lower. Their focus on healthy soil helps sequester carbon from the atmosphere, and their biodiversity provides crucial ecosystem services like pollination and water purification that benefit everyone. And finally, let's talk about feeding the world. While we often hear that industrial agriculture is necessary to feed a growing population, a huge portion of its output isn't for human plates. It goes to biofuels or animal feed. In reality, small farms are a bedrock of global food security. It's estimated that farms under 2 hectares produce about a third of the world's food. When you look at all farms up to 10 hectares, they provide over half of the world's calories on just 40% of the agricultural land. For the world's most vulnerable people, food from small, local farms is the most accessible and affordable. Supporting them is a direct and effective anti-poverty strategy, empowering communities with what's known as food sovereignty, control over their own food systems. So, what's the path forward? The productivity paradox isn't an argument for dismantling all large-scale farming. It's a powerful reminder that there is no one-size-fits-all solution. It reveals the incredible, often overlooked, strengths of small-scale agriculture and demands that we rebalance our policies and priorities. We need to create an ecosystem where small farms can thrive. This means improving their access to land, water, and credit. It means investing in research that focuses on agroecological methods suited for their scale. It means building up local and regional food systems, like farmers' markets and community-supported agriculture, to give them direct access to consumers. And it means finding ways to reward them for the public goods they provide, like clean water and healthy ecosystems. The enduring anomaly of the small, productive farm is a testament to the power of human ingenuity ecological synergy, and long-term stewardship. It challenges us to look past simplistic metrics of efficiency and to see the profound value of a more diverse, resilient, and equitable food system. The small farm isn't a relic of the past. It may just hold a key to a more sustainable and nourishing future. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us on Fun Facts Online. Join us next time for another deep dive into the surprising science that shapes our world.